Evening, good people. We're going live all over the place.
Hi, hi, hi.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
This one needs to be moved.
Which one?
This
Oh, let's get you in there. There we go. That
one's
better?
all set up. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Little ladders.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. We got like 50, 11 cameras going right
Good
now.
evening. Hey, Nick.
Welcome to the marriage of Monday on a Tuesday.
With a twist.
With a twist
On
on
a
a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Exactly.
We're sorry that we weren't here on last night.
It's my fault.
There was a lot going on. There was a lot going on. Hi, Joe. There was a lot going on, so we kind of got distracted and time just got away from us. So we apologize. So we're having a makeup night.
Yep.
So Marriage Monday on a Tuesday with a twist. Hey, Miss Enid.
But y'all see the title, though. Y'all see the title.
So we want to welcome Facebook
Facebook's
and
plural
YouTube.
and YouTube's.
All right. Facebook and YouTube. We hope everyone had a great day. We know there's a lot going on in the world right now, in our nation.
We're just gonna take a moment to talk about something else. Do something a little different.
Yep, do something a little different. Take a woosah for
Plus,
a minute.
this is what we do normally on Monday. So we appreciate you guys joining us. We're gonna talk about marriage in the nth degree. But first, let's get the shirts. Captain. Mermaid.
So fitting.
Yep, Captain
So
and
fitting.
Mermaid.
My niece Ashley made these for us. Thank you, Ash.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we're gonna get these shirts. All these shirts we keep wearing, we're gonna get these shirts where y'all can, get your hands on them.
So yeah, y'all can get some too. But so we're gonna start with our of course, we wanna make sure you guys know that the wedding at the Georgia Aquarium is still on. Saturday, February 20th, 2021. All are welcome. The website is up and popping. Tagteamwedding.com. You go there, you see the videos, the engagement video, when we pop the question, and all the information you need to RSVP for the wedding. No matter where you are, we have friends far and wide, near and far, close and away. Not to slight anyone, but we're not sending out any personal invitations. This is your personal invitation. Whether we met before, whether you guys follow him on YouTube or his coaching page, or we've become friends through being brats. We want you all there. Hey, Greg, we would love for you all to be there. So go ahead on the webpage, tagteamwedding.com, and submit your RSVP.
That's right. Get her done.
All right. So we
Get her
have
done.
several. Wow, 1, 2, 5 cameras
Yep.
going.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I wish I could take a picture of all of this that's going on. So if we answer questions, it maybe come from there, come from here, and here. Because even though we've shared in a lot of places, we also got a lot of cameras going on for different channels that we operate in. This ain't even all the channels. We ain't got Instagram going.
So we're not adding Instagram tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Instagram buddies will come over here.
Yep.
Sorry.
John, Dirk, Joe, what's up? How you guys doing over there? Greg over there. Hey, say where you at, where you from. I hope everybody's being safe right now. But we're going to talk about this subject matter. Now, of course, like we said, you guys are all invited to the wedding. Peace to you, Zach. So we love to see you guys there. Go ahead and do your RSVPs. We need those to get done. We got to get those done so we can turn it into the Georgia Aquarium. But baby, I already said all that. So moving forward.
All right. The title.
The title.
The subject matter
is.
this evening is.
Hey, Fonda.
The sex is not always going to be hot.
That's right.
The sex is not always going to be hot. So when the sex is not always hot, what do you do?
Right. Because we know that most relationships, 1/3 of the reason why they end generally has something to do with intimacy, has something to do with sex. And usually they call it a 7-year itch.
Hey, Shannon.
But actually, more studies have shown that it's within that, it's around that 3rd year that the itching starts. It just oftentimes culminates in that 7th year. So if we go into a relationship knowing that the sex is not always going to be hot, we can battle against it. But unfortunately, most of us, we've already been through it. We've already experienced it. We went through our ruts, and we want to try to get it back. So tonight we're going to talk about the fact that, you know, we're going to talk about what made it hot. We're going to talk about things that changed it. We're going to talk about how important it is. We're going to talk about how you get it back, and then how you keep it going. So that's why you want to stay for the whole thing, because at the end we're going to tell you how to get it back and how to keep it going. Okay? So, and then what the true, and then like a deeper meaning of your relationship. So y'all got to stick with us to the end to get all of that. All right? Stick with it to the end. So in the beginning, what made it hot, babe? What made it hot? All this sexiness.
All that sexiness.
All that sexiness over here.
Of course, everyone has individual things that they like, individual things that they enjoy doing, things that they like being done to them. So, like, are you really want me to answer this question? Like, what?
I'm just saying, what made it hot? Because everybody has their different things. I mean, you know, I didn't have the beard when we first started dating, so the beard, you know, get your beard game up.
You didn't have the beard.
I just had a beard. No, I just had a little goatee and a little. No, I really didn't have a beard. I had a little goatee for the most part. A little bit, a little scruff on the side.
It was there.
Was it?
No, it wasn't scruff.
Oh, I don't know.
We don't do scruff.
But yeah, I mean, the people want to know. Don't y'all want to know what made it hot? Don't you want to know? Full transparency here.
Full transparency.
That's right.
All right. So what made it hot in the beginning? Honestly, is what makes it hot still now.
Okay.
Still now. His attention to detail, his focus on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, that's a combination of everything that comes out of that. That attention to detail, his focus on me, just made everything else kind of bloom and blossom. What made it hot for you?
Okay. Now, you guys, feel free to tell us what makes it hot for you in the beginning of your relationships as well. So, this is gonna, hey, some of y'all might be offended by what I'm about to say. One of the things that made it hot for me is the fact that financially, she didn't need me. I know that don't normally sound like what a guy would say. But you have to understand that what I have been through in my life to meet somebody, to be with somebody who did not need me financially, took a lot of stress off. So I wasn't looking at you with any stress factors of like, how much money is she about to take out of my pocket? Am I going to be able to open up my store? Am I going to be able to build what I'm trying to build, because I'm having to now come in and pay all these other bills that weren't part of my life and weren't part of my plan. So the fact that you didn't need me financially, that gave you a little sexiness on there. You know, you're a little sexy right there. I was like, okay, she don't need me. That's good. You know, not that I want to, not that I was looking to freeload or nothing like that. It's just the fact of, you know, coming into a situation without already having to take on a huge burden. That was a good, and just in the dating time frame, you know what I mean? Well, we just courted, we didn't date. So that was one thing. Now, physicalities. I'm a guy, so let's be real. Men come in physically most of the time off the bat. We got to look at you, we got to see that you're sexy, and that sort of thing. So when I first looked, I have been knowing you for like 7 years.
Right.
I used to watch you walk out my store. I used to be like, look at that right there. That nice going out that store right there. That nice. And you fit the frame that I like. Like, I like an athletic frame woman. I don't, I like that. So physically, I was like, she's attractive, she's fine. And then we could have these long conversations. Y'all, we used to have these long, even the ones that were debating, we had these long conversations. So like the sapiosexual, you kind of, you intrigued my brain, which made you sexy and kept it hot. Because I need to be able to have conversation with my lady. If you like it's not that anybody's dumb. They're not dumb, but some people just don't think deeply about nothing, so you can't have a conversation.
Right.
It's not about education, because I've met people who had degrees, but they was dumb as bricks.
Right.
Right? Or couldn't hold a conversation. So your conversation was able to keep me like involved, and you were able to keep me involved in conversation, which made you hot. Right?
Greg said, make love to the mind first. Everything else will follow. Educate each other. Exactly.
Yeah. Because
no, I get what he's saying.
I get what you're saying, Greg. Make love
and that's
to the
pretty much
mind.
what you just
And
said.
everything will follow. But I can make love to your mind. But if I'm looking at you and I'm feeling you, I'm touching you, and it ain't like what I like touching, ain't nothing following. Okay. I tried to do. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried to do that, y'all. I tried to do that.
Okay. All right.
And it didn't work because I had to literally put something else in my mind to keep touching. That ain't cool. So it's a combination. You know, it's all of it. I need you to intrigue my mind. It's like Coming to America. I want the woman who intrigues my mind, not just my loins. So it's like it was all of that. It was literally the fact that you were an entrepreneur and me being an entrepreneur, that made it sexy. So like if you just decide like I don't want to be an entrepreneur no more, and then you just gonna, I'd be like, well, dang. You know what I mean? And then you like to go outside. You like to do things outside. You're adventurous. So your whole personality, the whole life. Because we started, going to Stone Mountain, climbing the mountain, doing things like that. So and then if there were places we hadn't been or you hadn't been, you wanted to go. So those things.
So full package?
Full package. Because, oh Lord. I don't think her head gonna fit out the door when I'm done. But,
my head already didn't fit out the door before we started. So
but
you gotta love you first.
that was another thing. I think as a person who coaches other people, sometimes you have a tendency to attract people who are so broken they need fixing, and they are looking for you to fix them but get into in a relationship. So, and that's just a thing for me. And there are some people who are just fixers, period. But it wasn't a situation where I had to come in and we had to sit down and I had to draw diagrams and you got to work through this diagram to overcome this issue. And so, yeah, it wasn't like I walked in the door and I was like, well, if she don't fix this issue about herself, this ain't gonna work. It was just, okay, we good. That's why I told you on that date, May 15th, 2019, that we're gonna get married. Because I already knew that stuff. See? Yeah.
Okay.
What did Vaughn say?
Okay.
Is that Vaughn? Yeah.
Facts. Some people really can't think deeply.
Nope, they can't. I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
Okay.
So what is some of the things for you guys? I mean, Greg said that the mind, so he got to get down on the brain waves. Some of you ladies, what is the thing? I mean, let's be honest. And this is one thing I was telling nephew Caden earlier today. Was it today? Oh, yesterday. Yesterday. No, actually, I was telling Caden while I was having a conversation with some other people. But I was saying that, and women, get offended, I don't care. The reason why the cardinal male is bright, like if you want to know which one's the male and the female, the one that's brightly colored, that's the male. The one that's dull, that's the female.
Repeat that again. The what?
So when you're like, we live in Atlanta, so there are cardinals, or some of y'all call them redbirds, country ones.
Yeah, I'm not clarified because when you said cardinal, I'm not sure everybody caught that.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay, the red bird that y'all be blowing a kiss to for good luck. All right.
Go ahead.
So the cardinal is bright red because he's the male, and he's bright red, and the female is dull. The bright red is to attract the female. In nature, oftentimes the male is the brightest, has the most color, that sort of thing. There are certain ones, and then they build the nest. The males build the nest, and the women, they like, who got the biggest and best nest? Because I'm trying to raise some children. And that joker he got that flame red, and he got that dull red, he got that candy apple red, so just as in nature, women, it's okay for a woman to say, I need that joker to be able to provide.
Right.
I need that joker to be stable. You don't mean you got to have a $500,000
That's sexy.
wallet, but he can have like the $500,000 house
a man
wallet.
who can provide.
But so for some of you ladies,
Woo!
it's okay to say
It is okay.
his wallet got to be a certain level because I want to love the person, but I don't want to love the person under the bridge.
Right. There's nothing wrong with having a great expectation in the man that you're going to be with for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. So look for the bright one.
Yeah.
Look for the bright one. Be with the bright one.
And here's another part, especially for the little youngins. If a guy's working on his game, it's cool. Long as he working it.
Right.
Long as he working on his game.
I always want to hear my plan. I'm planning.
Right.
You want to see some productivity. You want to see something coming out of that plan.
Right. I mean, I know you can go online and search for jobs all day long, but look, anytime I was looking for a job, and like back in the day when I was an IT guy and I had to seriously look for a job, I literally used to get dressed in a suit, go to my laptop, go to the computer, and look for a job online because I needed to have that feel. I couldn't do it in the pajamas and that sort of thing. When we had a point last fall, and I was like, okay, gotta go get a job. It was like, go get it, get up, go get it. You can't sit around and wait for manna to fall from heaven in order for that to happen. But my point is, if he's working his game, hey Valor, he's working his game. That's okay, as long as if you're cool with that. Some women aren't.
Right.
But you gotta just know that. Oh, we'll get to that.
Okay. So I guess you guys may be a little thrown off. You may not. But the point is, I'm sorry. Michelle said the funny thing is, when or if his money's done, the love done too. Unconditional love is the best. Give and take.
Hold on to that thought. That's gonna be part of it. You think about it.
Yeah.
Change.
That'll be part of the change. So at the beginning, we only had maybe like 2 people shout out. We see there's a lot of y'all on here.
Yep.
So at the beginning, what made it hot? What was it about your spouse, your significant other, that made it hot at the beginning? We talking about sex, y'all. We talking about the appeal. We're talking about, shout out some of it. What made it hot from the beginning?
I think I kind of went off track a bit.
You did, but we reeling it back in.
I went off track.
We reeling it back in. It's all right. So what made it hot?
What made it hot, people?
Oh. We didn't see all of that.
I was so busy running my mouth, I ain't see that.
Keep going.
All right, let's stay with the subject, but we can get back to that when I answer that question off.
I would stay, but I'm single, happy, and really fulfilled. And that's wonderful.
That's wonderful. But
you got to be there first. If you're going to a marriage, you have to be fulfilled, single. You have to be happy, single, before you can bring that in. So
you should have stayed, Darlene, because you're gonna need this going into the race.
So not getting off the subject matter too much further, or not way in to the side. So what made it hot at the beginning? So the important thing that we have to remember and we have to realize, because it won't always be hot, we have to have something that we relate.
Right.
That relates us. Something that beyond the sex that is there, that makes me look at him and still be like, dang, look at my man. Yeah. Not knowing.
Absolutely.
There has to be something, because it won't always be hot. No. For one, we talked about several reasons it may not always be hot.
Right.
Health reasons.
And I put on some
we talking about health. Oh. Health reasons come into play sometimes. We know that everyone, as we age and as life goes on, sometimes we have issues that interfere with our health. And when our health is interfered, there's an interference with our health, it gets our mental off, it gets our physical off, and having sex could be the last thing on your partner's mind when they're not healthy, when they're not feeling well. So how do you handle that? Like, how do you take care of those needs still for one another, those physical intimate needs, or that intimacy, when that person is not healthy. Attention.
No, you fixing the problem. We ain't fixing nothing yet. We just
No.
what changed?
I wasn't saying attention fixes the problem.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
a
my
comma,
bad.
baby.
I'll shut you.
That's a comma.
Oh, I see what you wrote. My bad.
That's a
I'm
comma.
gonna shut this up.
His soft, caring hands and a great kisser. On top of it, he loves God. That's Michelle's sexiness. That's what turns her on about her man. Okay.
Real quick. I ain't gonna say their name, but I know this pastor and his wife. If he gave a real good sermon, that turned her on like nobody's business.
You get some,
and you can always tell, because when the sermon was over, if she rushed him out, that's
her man. And if that's what turned her on, watching him work, watching him do his thing.
You know how I found out? She said it when she did a sermon. So it ain't like I just knew. Everybody. She was like, "Ooh, that man preached." I thought that was hilarious. Go ahead.
So the changes,
No,
the changes that come about that affect your sexual intimacy.
Yeah.
Those are some of the things. Give us some of the things that you guys think would change that hotness.
Yeah.
That changes that hotness. Some maybe experience that you have had that have changed that for you, and you can give some advice to someone else listening on what can help them.
Yeah. Messenger 20. Okay. First of all, wait.
Oh, listen.
I know.
This one fading out.
It fades out. It don't stay on. But Papa Soul said, "I was young and ignorant. Now that she's gone, I'm looking for that special woman. Youth, growing into maturity. Cool." RC said, when you are single, sex is always hot because you can always change the partner without losing half your stuff.
Wow.
I can't. I mean, you got a point though. For a lot of people, it's like the newness of the person is what made it hot because it's a new person.
Mm-hmm. But we are married.
Yeah, we talking about
there
married.
There's no changing of the partners.
Yeah.
You ain't changing of the guards when the shift is over.
So
you might switch up your hair, switch up something what you wear.
Better put on a uniform.
Switch it up for that person you with.
Put an accent on. Hello, how are you today? It is time for you to come for your massage. But
oh, wait a minute. Michelle says, as a nurse, I already know down the road. I already test him with sex and patience. Make sure I didn't miss anything. With sex and patience, and he passed the test. I am the same if he is ready or not. I don't have a overdrive hormone.
What up, Andre Darrell?
You don't have an overdrive hormone. I'm as a nurse, I already know.
Well, you think about it.
I already test him. How do you test him I'm curious what you're saying. How do you test him with sex and patience?
Messenger 2101 said that what makes it hot is the mind. I can't be with a person with no brain cells. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of men need to understand that that's one of the things that's important to women. So read a book. Right. A lot of them, and it's just good for yourself. But a lot of some of the things that do change is we start getting into a mode of life.
Mm-hmm.
We start getting into our work. We start getting into these little habits. Like we stop dating and we stop having that attention, because you're talking about attention, right?
Attention.
We stop having that attention towards each other. And when we do that, we just get into this routine where we just come home, we kiss, have sex, go to sleep. And then that becomes like mundane. Then you don't even really do that because it's kind of like there's nothing to excite you.
Right.
So that attention to keeping an attentiveness towards it, or losing that attention.
Losing the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Jackson said, "Hello, family. It's great to see you guys. I'm going to be Team Larenzo tonight." You don't know that, Jackson?
Yes, you are, Jackson.
You don't know that you're going to be Team Larenzo
you traded to me last time, Jackson.
Look, Jackson knew where to go. It was something.
That's going to make me fight him.
Comments that came up over here.
Guy said, just knowing we each.
No, Messenger.
Yeah, she said Messenger said she happy for us and she think you wonderful person.
Oh, another Donna. Hey, Donna.
just knowing we each belong to each other.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Knowing that we belong
Just
to each
knowing
other.
that you just belong to each other.
I gotta say, that is a really good one.
That is.
Because that knowing, that knowing that this is my woman, that's sexy in itself. That's a sexiness in itself. And that knowing that she coming home, you know, like if I was doing a live at the time frame that baby was on her way home, but all the time I'm doing it, I know in my mind she's on I-20. She should be getting off this exit. Like I was timing it in my mind, which is why I was surprised you weren't home when I got off, because I was like, all right. But no, that
Traffic.
Having that knowingness, that knowledge that this is my honey, she coming home, and I know we're gonna
like
be
that.
together. I know we're gonna spend this time. That yeah, it's a confidence in that. You know, having security is a big deal. You know how to make that bigger?
I can see it now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can see it.
Hey,
Okay.
Deanna.
Okay. I see it now.
So,
Yeah.
you know, just
Okay.
things will change. Having a baby, having children, that changes things as well, because now you got another person that needs more attention. So having children, or for at our age,
Got you, Michelle.
having them boomerang kids,
Right.
They gone.
Come, they go.
you throw them
They
out
come,
and they come back. Like,
Get a job.
next time we're gonna throw them out and close them out
Close
the door.
door. We locking it. And I'm coming back. So Michelle, okay, I get what you're saying. She was saying based on her being a nurse and she kind of goes back and forth, she may not always be in the mood. But the fact that he realized that and he understood, he would massage her feet for her, and you know, he knew what she was going through, so he supported her in that, which just adds to it. Like if somebody's always complaining that you're not wanting to be sexual with them, it doesn't help. It doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
To understand the reasoning behind it and helping each other through that, that's really great. That definitely helps.
All right, Jackson, we're gonna see if you're still gonna be on my team after this one.
Jackson said.
Jackson said, that's being equally yoked, and no matter what happens, you always 100%, you 180 back to what completes your soul. The reason why I'm saying this, because I like the fact that he used the term equally yoked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know I did a video about that, but did we do anything about that one?
Being equally out?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so we had a very long discussion. As many of you may or may not know, both Don and I do believe in God, a supreme being, intelligent designer, the creator, the all, whatever you want to call it. But Donna is of one faith path, and I'm of a different faith path, but we still meet at the same place. So some people will still say we're unequally yoked, and they only focus on that one aspect of it. But we had very, very long discussions over the years about equally yoked being so much bigger and so much in depth than just that one aspect of
Right.
life. Even though your faith, probably every faith in the world has different teachings on finances and how you treat one another and all these sorts of things. Equally yoked is even deeper to meaning that how do you how do you walk those other aspects of your life? You see, because even though I may gain some wisdom from over here and she gained it from there, it's the same daggone wisdom, but are we walking it? Because you can have two people who both saying that I'm Hindu, or both saying I'm Christian, both saying I'm Jew, both saying I'm Muslim, but they don't walk that pathway the same way. When it says something like, something simple, don't steal. Well, one of them steals and the other one don't. One of them steals time and the other one don't. One of them steals affection from somewhere else, but the other one don't. You know, there's more to stealing than just material things. But having someone equally yoked meaning more that they are equally yoked in attitude, in the way they live their life, how they live their life, how you do money. Are you equally yoked? Are you equally yoked enough to say that, all right, I don't like paying bills. Here you go, all the money. Go and pay them, because it hurt my feelings every time I had to pay the light bill. You know, but being equally yoked is so much deeper than just saying, oh, we both profess the same thing. So when people say and especially women that say, I want a God-fearing man, okay, you can find a man in the church or in the mosque or the synagogue or the temple. You can find him. But his walk in that mosque, synagogue, temple may not be the same as yours or in the same pathway as yours. Y'all might be on two different stratospheres, but it's going to the
y'all
same
walking
building.
to the same.
Right.
Exactly.
And when it comes to sex, since we're talking about sex tonight, you can't have one person that's like super freak and the other person that's dull.
It's like, ooh.
That's some unequally yoked stuff that ain't even gonna work. And I'm just gonna say for myself, at my age, that I'll teach you how to. No, I ain't teaching nobody nothing. All right, I ain't teaching you nothing. If I was single right now and someone, well, I've never experienced and I want to learn, I'd be like, nope. Go find you a 20-year-old. Go learn.
That doesn't mean you can't learn one another and what what each other likes, but
we gotta be close.
Need some wisdom walking in here. Yeah. But for those who are newly married, who are younger or whatever, look, learning from one another, experimenting with one another, that's the fun part of it. Like, that can be fun. If both of you maybe lack experience just based off of age and time on this earth, time on this earth, which is age.
I wasn't gonna say that.
Yeah, whatever. If y'all lack that experience, or one has more than the other, the point is not making sex the central most important thing in your relationship, that it just takes away. What?
That's number 6.
That it just, no, it is number 6, but it's just important. That takes away from that, because you said that, so I just wanted to kind of elaborate on that. He's right. At this point in age and time, there's no tutoring going on.
Yeah, no tutoring. Like, the base has got to be there. Now, there are some things that we will discover together,
right?
And have discovered together,
right?
So, and we'll get more talking about that kind of thing. We're getting back to how to get it back and keep it.
Okay.
But you even when you start out growing with each other, you have to be mindful that there are things that can come in and change all of that.
Right.
Health, like my baby said earlier, health, attention, interest,
hey,
having children. A lot of if a man loses his job, his emotion, his mental state may go like, I don't feel like a man, so he's not attentive to, your needs, and even in that, you may be supportive and everything, but he just may feel so low and down on himself because society has put up, this is what you're supposed to be. So there's so many distraction things that can come in there, but we gotta always remember
while we're here.
Exactly.
While we are here. What are some good tantric practices for me, Coach?
For men.
For men.
When we get to
yes.
Things that can keep it going.
Yes.
That's when we'll pull out some tantrum.
We getting there. So, what things can change it? Understand, it's hot at the beginning, all the time, every day. You see him, you want him. You see her, you want her. But it tends to fade. Changes happen. Things go wrong. Health, interest, that attention factor. Those things happen. So, next level. Level of importance.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to talk about the level of importance, because if your mate just constantly wants sex, and they're not concerned about how your day was, they're not concerned about how you're feeling and what you what you're thinking. Yes, Courtney.
Hold on, Courtney. Hold on. Y'all just don't know Courtney over here tripping.
And they're not concerned. Tell what Courtney said.
Courtney said, I need to learn.
Wait, first Courtney said, what are some good tantric practices for men? And then he said, I need to learn those non-ejaculatory orgasms.
I'm telling y'all.
Yes. So, we coming, Courtney. We coming. So, the level of importance. If you make sex more important than your spouse's feelings,
right,
then how they're feeling, what they're going through, there's a problem. That's a problem. That's why it's so important to have certain conversations when dating. Have certain conversations when you get started. Because, I don't believe that foolishness of you be all this and docile and you don't talk about it and he don't know what you like or whatever, and then you come into the marriage and I mean, it's nothing wrong with not having certain experiences, but if you can't talk to the person that you plan on being with the rest of your life about what you like and what you don't like and what y'all can explore and do together, that's a problem. So understand the importance of sex. What's the importance of sex for your significant other? How much do they feel like they want to be sexually intimate with you?
That's right.
You have to have these conversations and know these things. Is your drive higher than his drive? Is his higher than yours? Like
what you like and don't like.
Right. What are your expectations?
But like Babe said, it can't be more important than what's going on in her or his emotional life.
Right.
Right. Because you want to know everything, but you got to recognize that sometimes sex got to be put on the back burner.
On the back burner.
If she or he are going through some depression or something like that. But also recognize, like, a lot of the sex may be needed for stress relief.
Right.
And recognize that sometimes it can't be all fluffy. You just want to, like, break it off real quick, because you're stressed out.
Yeah, you're coming over here. Sometimes I like to ask the question, what did you learn today about yourself? I want to see if he is in tune with his life. Okay.
Same person.
As long as you believe in a higher power, whatever it is. Okay. So that's showing an interest in him.
Right.
Seeing where he is and where he is in his life. I'm thinking that's what I'm getting.
And we should be asking those questions like, what's going on with you? Understanding. Just like last night?
Oh,
you asked about a love checkup?
Yesterday. No, what's today?
I don't know.
Tuesday? Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, so like Monday night, after we ignored you guys, Baby was asking me.
We did that.
She was like, we haven't done a love checkup.
Actually, that was Monday morning on my way to work.
Okay, Monday morning. Yeah, that's right, because you woke me up.
And I asked her, yeah.
She asked me, like, she wanted to know a love checkup, because we hadn't done a love checkup in a minute. So we wanted to know where it is, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And you want
where
to
your
keep.
Love meter is.
You want to know where the love meter is, because you don't want to get the empty. You don't want. You want to always keep
no
it.
reason to get the empty.
You want to keep it above full. Michelle, hey Michelle, how you doing? You all right out there in California? I know y'all crazy out there.
What are the sticks? It's in the background. Sticks in the background?
You talking about my post-it notes?
Oh.
Girl,
that's all his thoughts and visions and dreams and aspirations and where it's going.
It's all the coaching stuff. Like some of the coaching stuff that you went through, it's a lot of that stuff is up here. Financial, life coaching, all that stuff. Okay. That's what all of this.
So this Michelle over here says,
I know, you got two Michelles.
Sex habits and experiences grow with age, meaning the older you get, you tend to know what and how you want to be pleased, holding back. True. I honestly don't believe in anything. What was that? Or I don't know. Kind of lost on there.
Papa Soul,
what's
I honestly don't.
That?
I asked myself the same question. What's the question, just to make sure?
Yeah,
I honestly don't believe in anything. Either I know or I don't know. And Messi said, teach what you know. If you don't know, you can't teach.
You can't teach.
But you can learn.
You're going to learn today.
You can learn. You can learn some things.
Okay.
So, we want to now, no matter how old we get, we want to always be in a position to learn something.
Right.
So once we know how the importance of it in the relationship, that we got to take care of each other emotionally and mentally first, and then the sexual aspects of it should be okay. And we'll be able to take care of each other sexually. But we always got to make sure our heart and our mind is in place. Messenger said, ask what you learned about yourself today. Oh, you don't always know. All right. And that's okay. Every day you may not learn something about yourself. You might just be like, I learned that I'm still great. Or, I really didn't learn nothing about myself today. But tomorrow there may be something else. And to have a person who understands that would work.
Right.
So what's up, Tim? Simplify.
Okay.
But so how do you get it back?
Okay.
How do you get back? So this is that situation where You guys was in your relationship, y'all met, everything was hot, good. Oh, we got married because everything's so hot, and I love this woman, I love this man, and we get on your honeymoons, and that first year, 2 years, everything just, we just waiting to rip each other as soon as we get home, and then things start getting into a rut, and you start having kids, or you change jobs, pressures, whatever, and things start slowing
you know,
down.
habits that he has that you didn't know he had.
Right, and so now it's just like, she get on my nerves, he get on my nerves, and things have slowed down, but you really, really still want this relationship. So how?
We always say the point and the purpose is to know why you are here. If you start with why you are here, why am I married to this man? Why am I married to this woman? Why am I here? Before you go into any discussion, argument, everything, before you lay down for bed at night, before you guys start having your sexual relationship, if you ask, why am I here? That gives you the purpose of being your all for that person and giving them your all.
So then we start asking the question, most people would at this point would say, oh, well, do whatever you did to get them. Well, it's been 5 years. It's been 10 years. You've had experiences. You've grown. You've changed. What you did to get her may not be what's going to bring it all back and make it hot. Right. Plus, you got some water under the bridge. You got some issues that need to be washed away. So there is counseling and coaching. That's always a great thing, counseling and coaching, because that third person may be able to see something you can't see. Coming to Marriage Mondays, that could help you. But the first thing that I'm really going to say as far as how to get it back, monkey on the table. Meaning that you're not going to BS around. You're going to say, I don't find you attractive anymore because of X, Y, and Z. Or I don't feel like having sex because of X, Y, and Z. I'm just not in the mood. I'm just not excited. Or I'm bored with our routine. I can literally sit here and know that you're going to do this. As soon as you finish that, you're going to do that. As soon as you finish that, you're going to do that. Then, now if you start here, then I know you're going to do this. You got 3 routines that you keep going through.
3 moves.
And that's what you need to have that conversation.
Switch that up.
And you can't get dudes, you can't get into your ego. Women, you can't get into your emotions.
Exactly.
Because they're taking that is a huge, you know how much trust it takes to tell somebody like, you know, the way you kiss me on my kneecap. No, that don't really, you know, you kissing it right to left. I need you to kiss it left to right. You know what I'm saying? The kneecap, you just ain't working the kneecap right. You know how hard it is to tell somebody on something serious that, you know, let's be honest, we grown.
It's a blow to the ego.
To tell a person, you know, your stroke ain't that great, or you know, your oral is not that great, or something like that you're not interested in that. To tell a person, you used to look good in that red dress, but now you don't. You know, to talk to them about the way you talk to me, the way we, you know, I asked you to go on dates and you don't want to go, or here's a problem I had once. I come home and you look like hell on a stick. It's not attractive at all. All right, come home and you look like you just got out of bed from sleeping 12 hours. That ain't cool.
You had that problem?
Yes. No, not with you.
Oh, I know it wasn't with me.
Yeah. Oh, I told you about that.
You took that another direction. I was trying to make a joke.
Oh. I didn't get it.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
So, being able to have that true, honest conversation, that'll be the start. Y'all gonna argue, some feelings gonna get hurt, but get over it. That'll be the start of the conversation.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Why are you here?
It's the point in how you say it. How you say it, how you tell them. You have to let them know still in love. If you don't like something, he needs to know you don't like that. He needs to know you don't enjoy that, because it just builds animosity. It's like, here we go, and then you don't want to make love, and it's a problem. Yep. So you do. You have to come with honesty.
Yep. And get you some, and then go get you some books.
Ooh.
I'm serious. Like, you need to learn how to be sexual with your partner at a different stage of life. You know, if in 10 years, the things that I do now to please my baby, some of them may still work, some of them ain't gonna work. So I'm going to need, some new weapons in the repertoire, And the thing about it, the new weapons don't have to be used all the time. Every time.
Right.
Right? You ain't gotta, you ain't gotta whip out the blindfold every night. You ain't gotta, tie them up every night.
Why not?
Okay. But you, unless they like that now.
Okay.
But if you have that night where you say, I'm gonna be bold, I got a little whip, a nice little whip. I got some feathers, I got some handcuffs, I got the little different stuff. You do it at one time, then it don't have, that's an event. You ain't gotta do that every night, but hey, maybe you need to do that once a week. Mm-hmm. Maybe you need to do that once a month. Figure out, hey baby, how often, something like that. Now I ain't gonna tell you when it's all gonna happen, but how often would you want something like that? How often do you want me to? How often you want me to knock on the door and be like, "Hello, madam, are you ready for your massage? My name is Carlos. I am here to take care of you. I need you to undress. No, wait. Let me undress you slowly." You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
How
Carlos.
often does role play? Hey, look, I'm telling y'all getting all my business right now. I don't care. But that was already.
Oh yeah, you.
But the role playing, like how often, that's something you can add to get it back. We're trying to get it back. Right.
Okay. Jackson said, honesty is the best policy in a relationship, and it shouldn't be taken to heart as hurtful, but more like reality to what is truth. Exactly. And if you have issues with that, work on that. There's ways to build that where you can be honest with your spouse, and they won't take offense. People will take offense. We are going to take offense when our egos are struck. We male or female, we are going to do that. But if we understand why we are here, always back to why we are here, we will know that it's just going to make the relationship better. It's going to be his stripper that he can't touch until the music is done. This marriage is getting all I didn't do. It's getting all I didn't do with the few before. I'm in this one for life. Lesson learned. That's right.
Michelle.
Lesson learned.
Hey.
Lesson learned. Michelle, you ain't by yourself.
It's getting hot in here. Go ahead, Michelle.
You're not by yourself. Lesson learned. So there's some things that you had to do different. There's some things that you had to do in a different
Courtney
way.
said, I'm going to head out, but I got to be definitely back for those non-ejaculatory orgasms and flow.
And how to make somebody squirt too. All right, Courtney.
So now what Courtney says, he's leaving, but I'm going to tell him anyway. How you can get it back and how you can keep it. This is kind of dual. Learning Tantra is a very good way of how to get it back and keep it, but mostly keeping it. Okay? Tantra, for the people who don't know, most people know what Kama Sutra is. Kama Sutra is a bunch of positions that you get in sexually. Mm-hmm. Tantra is the actual it's the whole thing, right? It's the mental, physical, spiritual aspect of it all, where Kama Sutra is just the position, it's the physical part. In Tantra, one of the first things that a man must first do in order to get to the non-ejaculatory orgasm, you have to learn how to breathe. This is why meditation is so important in Tantra. You got to learn how to breathe. All right? So there's an inward breath that you have to do. All right, y'all ready? You ready, man? Here's the deal. I want you to imagine in your penis, right? When you have that orgasmic feeling starting to rise up. Now, most of the time, y'all, we squeeze and we are allowing the energy to flow outward. But you have to take a deep breath from your lower abdominal area, your sacral chakra, and suck in, and you'll feel like you're sucking in from your penis and your anus, the whole deal. Suck inward. It's called an upsuck. Masters and Johnson in their study called it an upsuck. But you upsuck the air in. What that does is it draws the energy in your penis inward and not going outward. The ejaculation will go outward if you allow the energy to go outward. You're drawing it inward. So when you're just practice taking that deep breath in, and imagine you bringing air in through your penis, and you'll feel the upsuck.
Lady, look at your man.
And then you relax. So when you're, and what this also helps you to do, one, you're going to last longer.
Woo-hoo!
If you only been lasting like 3, 4, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, now you can last to the point where she might be looking at you like, bruh, seriously?
Dad.
Seriously. Bruh. But that upsuck, because every time you feel it, you can't, and you know you're reaching like about 80%. You don't want to go up past 80% because then you might not be able to catch it. And you just want to do that breath. It also allows you guys to stay involved with what y'all are doing. See, a woman knows when you mentally have went out, because we've been taught, think about baseball, think about the fat nasty woman or something like that. Think about something that you're totally off base. They know you ain't there, right? They know you ain't there, so you do that. Now, while you're doing that, as you get better and better and better and better at that, and you're still being able to feel it, you will get to a point, it may take you a year or 2 years or 3 years, where you have the orgasmic feeling without the ejaculation. Like, you can be feeling it's like, oh my God, I'm feeling it, woo! But if you keep that breath going, you won't ejaculate, but you'll have the orgasm, right? And then, and when that happens, that means you're gonna feel her even more. That means that, and here's where a lot of guys lose it, when she starts having her orgasm, you start having yours. But what's the problem with that is that when she's having her orgasm, and then you start having yours, her orgasm can last for a whole minute, 60 seconds. Yours lasts about 15 at best. All right? It probably lasts about 10 seconds.
Somebody being short.
Right. So now you were like, super strong in there for the first 15 seconds, and now you're starting to dwindle, but she's still trying to have hers. And now she's feeling unsatisfied because she's like, every time I get close to it, you lose yours. So that upsuck breathing, that air, imagine the air coming through your penis, coming up, bring it up to here, and just release it out. And just release it out. But you're releasing it out from here, not out from down there, which will let you have that orgasm, which will let you. Now, when you can keep it going and last longer, then she's going to be more apt to, like, I can get the orgasm. You know that most women don't have orgasm, right? Now, if you can make your woman have a vaginal orgasm with penetration, most women don't have that at all. That in itself, because, dude, I'm jealous. Women orgasms, they seem like so much more fun than ours.
They are.
So, if you can bring her to that experience, right, then she's going to be more apt to like, oh, you want some? Yes, let's have some. Let's get some. That's when she starts showing up with a box of treats. Like, what you want to play with tonight? I got the tingly thing. I got that thing. I don't even know what this is, but they got instructions and let's try it. But that up breath. Now, let me tell you a couple of things, guys. You're gonna look crazy. Don't worry about it. This your ping. This your penis.
Come on, man.
When you're breathing, every day, when you do it when you're in the shower, getting out the shower. All right. What you want to do is, you want to take a deep breath, right? You want to take a deep breath, get a couple of deep breaths, right? You want to hold your penis, right? Right. And then every time you breathe in, deep breath in. Then on the side. Then on the other side. About 9 breaths. Then underneath. What this does, right? What this does is that it opens up the blood circulation. It's the Tao of sexology. And it's opening up the blood vessels and the blood circulation in your penis, which helps you have stiffer erections, okay? And that breathing also helps teach you how to breathe when you're feeling the stroke, all right? So you got that? What up, Scott?
That breath control
Right.
takes some
So you
serious
keep doing that.
concentration.
And then finally, Kegel. Men need to do Kegel too.
Kegel all the time.
The muscle, that little area between your butt crack, where your butt, your anus, and your balls, you gotta squeeze it and release it.
Kegel.
Squeeze it and release it.
Kegel.
Squeeze it and release it. Do it all the time. Do it all day. Nobody can see you when you do it.
Kegel.
But do it. That will give you the strength to be able to stop the ejaculation, but it also causes you to have a stiffer penis enlargement called an erection, and just gives you more control. And your lady is going to love it even more. And if you're over 40, you definitely need to keep doing it, because it helps against prevent prostate cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which we did learn from medical science,
Yes.
that men need to have an orgasm every day to ward off prostate
It helps
cancer.
in prostate.
It helps our prostate. Medical science has told us this.
I want to do my part in keeping you healthy.
I'll do that part. Do that part. Now I know we not missed like a whole bunch of questions and everything.
Come on.
Go
We're
ahead.
going to catch up.
Jackson said,
Jackson said
Lorenzo, my ex felt that I wasn't sexy because I'd hold it
that
for I hold it for the next day or two.
they felt that they weren't sexy.
What?
My ex felt
My ex felt that they weren't sexy because I'd hold it for the next day or two. That always got accused. I always got accused of cheating. So it all depends on your mate. She'll become dry and complain of pain. You're right. So all women don't like. No. And you're absolutely right. You got to do it to your woman's control. If she gets dry, you can't go like 2 hours. You know. Plus, that's too exhausting. Anyway. But
right.
if it becomes a burden to her, of course not. Of course not. Let it go. It's just the ability to be able to hold it long enough for her to be able to get satisfied. Once she's satisfied, you know, it's frozen. Let it go. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glasses now.
Go down a little bit. Go back. Where you can see above that. Okay. How do you fix it? I would go to get 2 bowls of ice cream and call it a day. I'm too old for all that.
You ain't never too old. You're never too old.
I didn't know if that was a male or female. I didn't catch it.
Messenger
is
is a
he
female.
too old or
No.
is she too old?
Messenger is a lady.
Is that she said that?
Yeah, it's Messenger. She's
Okay.
a lady. You make sure you get your husband his prostate support. That's right. Good job.
That's right. Support that man's prostate.
I don't have a woman. So you mean to tell me I have to choke the chicken every day? Yep. Thought I was gonna say no, didn't you?
If you wanna help the prostate,
Wanna help the prostate?
stay in practice.
Okay.
She coming.
Buy some stock in KY.
That's what you're looking for.
Keep the skin from being dry.
So should we ejaculate every day, or do semen retention?
No, you need to ejaculate every day.
That's it.
Yeah, ejaculate every day.
It's right there.
Yeah, the whole semen retention thing is something that comes from like Eastern philosophies for the most point, and it really doesn't hold any basis. It was just a way that monks could like channel their energy and things like that. Now, if you're doing a tantric meditation where you let it rise and bring it, and then reduce it down, let it rise, reduce it down, and you can do that for hours, then yeah, you are going to. Then you would be doing semen retention in that. But that's for a spiritual practice. We talking about having sex and making love to your woman.
With your spouse.
With your spouse. Spill that seed, bro. Let it. Mark your territory.
Really?
Mark your territory. Smile.
So these are other things that can help. These are other things that you can do to keep it. Wait, where are we? To get it back. To keep it going.
Keep it going and getting it back,
To
actually.
keep it going and get it back.
Right. I
So
mean,
the fellas kind of took that section.
and I mean to get it back,
Yeah.
and also to get it back, you know, figure out what kind of dates work now, what kind of events work now. You know, y'all done had your issues, had your problems. Take that time. even if you got to put it on a schedule, you know, and the schedule can vary. Just putting it on a schedule. Okay, I'm gonna take my wife on a date on Tuesday. You know, on Thursday we're gonna have wine and cheese in front of the fireplace. You know, just whatever it takes. If you really want to be there, you have to have the mindset of, I don't even want to be at my job, but I do whatever it takes to keep my job. Well, hell,
Right.
if you want to be with your woman, do whatever it takes to keep the woman.
Or your man.
Oh yeah, that part too.
Or your,
Or your man.
or your man.
Yeah, do whatever it takes. I mean, think about it. We give more to a job than we give to our
Right.
mate. And this is the person that when the job is gone, you saying you want to be with them for the rest of your life. I'm just saying. Get your priorities straight.
With the lockdown with COVID, who were you with when your job was gone?
Yep. Job kicked you to the curb.
Who were you with?
But your mate's supposed to still be there.
Still be there.
So you gotta
take care of each other.
and think about that. Really think about that. You want to know how to get it back and keep it, then write it down somewhere where you're gonna see it every day. Where you're gonna see it every day. I love my wife more than I love my job. My wife will be there when the job is over. And just that thought process should make you say to yourself that when you want to give more to the job than you want to give to your mate, it should make you say, no, I want to give more to my mate than the job, because when I'm 70, 80 years old, Uncle Renz Popcorn is not going to be there for me. Our kids are having doing whatever they're doing, but I plan to be with her, chilling in Africa somewhere. We didn't pick the country. Probably actually at that time we moving every 3 years, country to country to country.
So okay, so Jackson said, Donna, what do women honestly like by way of a woman's voice? So we talking about? Are we going back though, Jackson? You gotta tell me real quick, yes or no. Are you talking about where
he said? Something.
You are. Just hold on. I want to make sure I'm answering right. Is this from Jackson's last one? Because you said about being able to hold back, and you were accused of cheating or whatever. So you asking, or do women like that? Honestly, the holding back. I need Jackson to. I want to answer his question the proper way. So I'm waiting for Jackson to catch up.
And Papa Soul, what you trying to say, man?
But
Says the man with the wife. Oh, I get what you're saying, because you got choke killers every day.
Says the man with the what?
He said, so says the man with a wife. Because he got choke killers.
Hey,
find her.
The man who finds a wife
finds a good thing.
Finds a good thing.
Find her.
A quickie doesn't always come with ejaculation. Just saying. You are right, Michelle. Sometimes you want that build up, or you want that. Oh, let's stop right here.
And every sex. Look, there have been times where I will take care of her and do nothing for me. So it ain't always about, oh, I did you, do me kind of thing.
Right.
And vice versa.
Right.
You know, there's been that. It's been vice versa. So you know, it's sometimes.
What do women want? Okay, plainly, what do women want?
Or what do women want?
Okay.
They want Loren. They want me. Go ahead. Yeah, you don't even know how to answer this one, do you?
What do women want?
Yes.
I do know how to answer.
Come on, answer. What you got?
So, Jackson, and ladies, help me out. If I'm not right, I'm not right. It may be a personal thing. Jackson already on my team. That's why he asking me. Women want, Jackson, we want attention. We want affection. We want to feel like we are all you see. We are everything. That's what women want. When we have that, when we feel that security there, me personally, there's nothing that I would not do for him. There's nothing that I would not try with him. There's nothing that I will not enjoy with him. Stop acting like you don't know this. So what women want, when we get those things, when we get that, we feel like we're attractive. We feel we feel like we're attractive. We feel like we're the only one you see. We're the only one that you want. It builds us because we're more emotional. Women are more emotional. Men tend to be more physical, and sometimes it's you know, there's some women who tend to be a little bit physical more than emotion, but it's okay. But I feel like
sure is.
ladies, chime in. The question was asked: what do women want? What do we really want? So chime in, y'all can, and we'll tell Jackson if we on a different screen. What do women? Go ahead.
Keisha, that's true. I started with the business plan too. If the year, hold on.
Yeah, that keeps fading out. I don't know.
The
why.
glasses got to come on for this reading.
But that's what I think,
Year
Jackson.
for marriage. If
And we need that time, that attention, that
Yeah.
affection. We want those things to make us feel confident, make us feel secure, and in that, it ties in. Then sexually, we feel more comfortable. We feel more open. We feel more accessible. We're more accessible. What is
well, Akeisha saying that's true. I started a business plan too. If the year for our marriage, for the year of our marriage, it's weird that we have to, but we have to do these for work. But the plan for the marriage is to look at a 30, 60, 90 days of improving love.
Right.
Okay, so basically, I think what she's saying is that
marriage
just
business plan 30, 60, 90 works.
Right.
Make your check in with one another. Yeah. Just like she would make a plan to start a business.
right, just like
You work that same plan with your marriage because you want your business to build. You want your business to grow.
Right.
Jackson, do you think emotions and intuitions can harm the relationship? Of course they can. Of course they can. Emotions, misplaced emotion. What are my thoughts? Did I overthink that? Is there really something there? I feel like something might be wrong. If you have these things, ladies or men, why don't you ask?
Right, ask a question.
Have that conversation. Ask. Like, okay, you know what? I feel like XYZ.
Right, because a closed mouth don't get fed.
At all.
And what it, Keisha, she said it. Well, they said a couple of things. Papa said, well, Messenger. She told Papa Soul to send her a letter if she's not already taken. I guess it's the woman that he's talking about. And
Connections.
Keisha talked about the fact that she basically is love languages. Like we actually did a video.
We did a video on the 5 love.
You got to
languages. Go to the YouTube page, Tag Team Marriage on YouTube. We did a full video on the 5 love languages, and those 5 love languages are real.
Yeah,
they're
you keep coming back to that almost every video.
We do because then they learn what love language is. Man,
right?
Like man, the focus.
Yeah, and then it's just putting it into practice. So like how we talked on that video, and actually we talked about this in our love checkup conversation. My baby's love language we discovered are words of affirmation, then gifts, and then physical touch. The last of my love language is gifts. Words of affirmation easy for me. I give my. She didn't even realize she had that until I was giving her so many compliments. Thought she didn't like it, but she wound up loving it. So anyway, but the problem is, here's the problem: giving gifts is the bottom of my love language. So it means that I don't naturally give gifts. It's not a thing that I naturally do because we're naturally going to give love the way that we are looking to receive
it.
So we have to recognize that I got to give it not how I receive it, but how she receives it. Because words of affirmation was easy for me because that's number 3 on my list, number 1 on hers. So it's not that difficult, easy for me to do. But giving gifts, I literally have to plan gifts. I literally have to say to myself when I wake up in the morning, like I can tell you already what day of this week I'm going to go look for a gift, right? Because I have to plan it that way. It's on my phone, hidden so that she can't find it. But I have to do it like a business, like how you do your to-do schedule. Until it becomes habit, that's what I have to do, right? And I have to. Now, the reason why I say I have to do it, because that's one of the big things that's going to make my baby have that security that she was just explaining. That she is my focus, because it's like I'm purposely looking for these certain things that I know is going to make her happy. And when that effort is there, then the full love comes in. And we have to get in that mindset. So the 5 love languages is an awesome way to get it back and to keep it. Well, get it back and keep it.
Right.
Because that would, if we were coaching, I'm gonna say we were coaching, because we done did our first coaching session of a couple.
We did.
So
was not planning on doing that, but it happened.
But if we were coaching a couple, that would be on the reading list for all couples.
Right.
Like, have you read 511? No. Go read it, do the test, come back. You know, we need your report.
And if you're single, it's still good, because we sometimes we feel like, oh, this is what I like, and this is what I like, and that's what I like. That's what I want. Until it comes down to it actually happening. Understand what you want and understand what you really need. Because sometimes we have these fantasy thoughts about relationships and marriage and what they should be and what he should do and what she should do, and the expectations are not always realistic. So make sure you understand what it is that you want, what you need him or her to feed into you to make that work. Go back over here.
Well, she said, Keisha said we should have a call-in number. We're not technologically there yet. I think one of the hard...
Right, because we get kind of behind and moving on, and the questions are coming.
Well, one of the hard things about us having a call-in number is that this is my personal YouTube, Larenzo Reid. That's Tag Team Wedding Facebook. This is my personal Facebook. That's Tag Team Marriage Facebook. No, YouTube.
I mean YouTube.
And that's her Facebook.
We'll get it all together.
So
if you guys would join and subscribe at the Tag Team
Marriage
page on YouTube, we can narrow this down.
Right, because what's funny is that...
please join and subscribe, Tag Team Marriage on YouTube.
Because and then we can, and once we have enough subscribers, we can do all those things. Because there are people...
Jackson, I can't stand you.
There's more people on all the other platforms other than our Tag Team Marriage one, which is the main one we want to build, so that we can put the focus on that one.
On that one.
And then we can do the call-ins where people... Because it's easier to do that. I mean, Facebook has it where we can let somebody call in, and we can add them on there. But we'd rather do it on YouTube. But we'll work on it.
So please go join, subscribe to our YouTube page, guys.
Yes.
Tag Team Marriage. Okay, so Jackson said, what types of gifts are these? Big, small, or just a thoughtful giving like a cutting board?
Well, it's going to depend. I'm gonna answer that one if you don't mind.
You guys? Well, I want to come up with that. I want to finish Jackson's joke, because that's a joke at the end.
All right, so it depends on your woman. All right, basically. Now, if she's worth anything, she should be appreciative of the big gifts, the small gifts, the thoughtful gifts, and the gifts should range from acts of service gifts.
She's worth anything.
Yeah, she's worth anything. Look, if you got to come out with the big guns, 2, 3 big guns all the time, no. Unless you made of money, no. That's ridiculous to expect that. But it should be within reason of your wallet, you know. And the thing about it, she should be appreciative, because it is the sentiment of it's the thought that counts. You know, my baby loves Little Mermaid. She loves mermaids, period. So she loves Little Mermaid. Well, you do love mermaids.
I do.
They all reflect back.
It stems from.
So if I bypass a mermaid something, that's easy, right? That's something that she'll appreciate. But just getting a card, she appreciates a card. Drawing a bath. For her, even though that's not really an act of service, that's more of a gift for her. So you got to get into that mode where you just, any kind of gifts works. And it's the consistency of it. Yes. It can't be, I got you a gift 3 months ago. You should still be satiated.
Right. Didn't I get you something on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, that don't work. That doesn't work. So you gotta have the mindset of figure out what makes a difference. What are those things that make a big impact on her? I knew a guy, his wife, he traveled a lot. So them thimbles that you buy, she loved them thimbles. Dog, you buy her a thimble and he was good for the night. You know, so it's just a little thimble, a little cheap thimble.
That's what she liked.
Because the fact that he was traveling, while he was out, he went out and found that thimble. And she like have 5 of them from the same place, but they be different thimbles.
Okay, I did. I didn't know anything about the other channel. Thank you.
Yeah.
We have a new subscriber.
Thank you. Because it's funny, like ain't nobody on the YouTube channel, but everybody's
on
there.
this one.
Yeah,
But on this one, your
because that's
personal
mine.
YouTube,
Yeah.
Yeah. It has to build. That's all.
Yeah, we just got to build.
We appreciate you guys helping us build it.
Mm-hmm. What up, Jay? How you doing? Appreciate the words, the sentiments, Jay, that you and Brandon been putting out. They're both police officers who are saying that this whole thing is jacked up. We're not going to talk about that tonight. I'm just give my guys some shout. Right?
Thank you, Jay.
Anybody say something over there?
Nope. We dry over here.
All right, so there's a lot that you guys can do to keep the marriage, keep it hot sexually. And it's really, when it really boils down to it, it comes down to communication and then taking action. That's it. Communicate, take action. Believe what he say, believe what she say, then take the action.
Don't let your ego, you are a girl.
Exactly.
That's what I do. That's my thing.
Now, see, I'm willing to learn everything. I'm like, please teach me. I'm always in a learning position especially when it comes to that. You should always be in a learning position because, look, for some of y'all may only have about 15 more years and y'all ain't doing nothing. I'm just saying. And then for some of y'all, I know all the men in my family, they kept it going till they died. Just saying. Kept going till they died.
All right.
And you know, that's a conversation to have.
Yeah.
Like I would.
That is a conversation to have.
Because I had asked you, I was like, so your parents, they still getting it? Because if they ain't getting it.
You heard the conversation with my mom.
Well, I heard that, so I really didn't have to ask. So I was just like, oh, okay.
My mother and I, my mom is very open with us.
So I was just like, okay, they still getting it, so I'm going to be good in those latter years.
Highly sexed.
Yes, so that. But
some term she used to use. Highly sexed.
Yeah. But if she was like that, her parents like, oh no, I'm too old for that. I've been like, I don't want to hear that in 30 years.
There's so many ways to be sexual.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to be sexual with your spouse. If you don't know, I don't care if it's been 5 months or 15 years. There are so many ways to learn new things, new adventures, do new things. Just play with one another. Enjoy it. Because, again, there are times when you won't be able to do that. There are times when physically it's not going to be possible. So you still want to be able to have that intimacy and have that play about you and come. There are already enough problems and issues in life and in marriage that shouldn't be one. That should be a glue, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have financial problems. You're going to have some health problems. Some distraction issues are going to come. Intimacy is that thing where it should be a part of your refuge, a part of your safety, your peace with one another. That should be an area where when all hell is going on, y'all know that y'all can go and have a really great intimate time that takes a lot of that stress away.
I'm sorry, okay. What's the YouTube channel? It is Tag Team Marriage on YouTube. Tag Team Marriage. Look for our
Tag Team Marriage. Tag Team.
So Latoya, how do you get your mate to try new things?
Punch him. See, first what you do is you take some chloroform, you put it on a towel.
No,
and you put.
That's not how you do it. Oh. That's not how you do it. How do you get your... Okay, so... Some people are uncomfortable with certain things. Reality. Some people are uncomfortable with certain things. Latoya, I would suggest have that conversation. Or, sometimes entice him. You trying something new that may be surprising and learning if they like it or not.
Depends on what it is now.
That's what I said. You have to know your mate. You have to know their level of comfort. We have a lot of games, y'all. We have games that we like to play. And these games,
roll the dice.
Either, role playing, they tell you, what to role play. I'm sure y'all have seen all these games. Nothing new. But We have one. What's that one I bought that we didn't know? The chakras.
Oh, the chakra game.
The chakra.
The
game.
chakra. Oh,
That game is great.
Latoya, you get that game. Latanya. It's called it's a chakra sex game.
Oh man, I wish I had. I didn't think to bring them down.
You don't even realize
it's not necessarily directly about
it ain't
sex.
even really about sex. It's really about communicating and understanding each other.
And building that intimacy.
Intimate,
right?
Yeah.
You're asking questions, but there are other games.
But those questions that it asks can lead to you having a deeper understanding of what a person likes and doesn't.
Right.
Because
That's
certain questions,
does.
because each question, there's like 20 some odd questions for each chakra. And, you know, you're trying to move around the chakra board and collect each chakra. But, like in the sacral chakra, it gets into what was one of the times that I made you feel sexy? Or what was one of the times you felt sexy? What was the one sexual experience that you really enjoyed? What's one that, it asks questions like that so that y'all talk about it.
So I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you, but she's asking how do you get your mate to try new things?
Yeah.
I honestly, I personally would say, try them. Mm-hmm. Knowing your mate, because you've had these powerful conversations, you know one another, you know, just try them. You know, put on that trench coat and those heels and walk in that room on that brother and just surprise him.
Yeah.
That's one way to go about it, you know, because ladies, men like to be surprised and wooed and all of that stuff too.
If y'all watch TV,
they do like
if y'all watch movies and TV together, if there's a sex scene or some intimacy scene going on that's different from what y'all do, talk about it.
Let's try that.
Like, do you see a couple on the balcony getting it? Let's try. Hey, ooh, baby, we should try that next time. See what they say. Well, you know, if you got to be in the right kind of situation, then they kind of open to it.
Right.
And then, you know, one day you're driving down the street, you see the sex store, pull over. Mm-hmm. Baby, let's just go in here. I don't want to go. Come on, baby, let's go in here. Don't make me go in here by myself.
Right.
You know.
I want the chakra
and
game.
walk around.
You can order it on Amazon. The chakra game is on Amazon. I love Amazon.
You should go get it.
It's I can't read all this berries.
You have to move that.
Man. But it's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Just chakra sex game. And I think this was back when we was talking about gifts. The messenger said, "I'm happy with getting something from the dollar store. I don't care if it's diamonds or pearls."
Yeah,
which is good.
There's a time when little small gifts and things like that they matter just as much. It's the thought that you put in. And men, that may be their love language. So we don't want to put it all on the ladies to say, you know, focus on the woman, focus on the woman, focus on the woman.
Yeah, some dudes get love language is gift. If my brother was on here, could I out him in a heartbeat?
He actually was on
I
here.
saw him earlier. Yeah. He is a
You're
gift,
welcome.
getting gifts and giving gifts.
Tanya girl, let us know how it goes.
He does that all the
Them
time.
heels and that trench coat, girl.
Yeah.
He does what? I'm sorry.
Oh, he loves gifts.
Oh.
If you want my brother to know that you care about him, give him a gift.
Okay.
And he will give you a gift in a heartbeat.
Okay.
This joker he talking about giving a whole car to Simone.
Really?
Yeah. If somebody don't act right, he sure talking about it.
Okay.
But he's a gift person.
Gift giver.
So guys are that way. And it's weird. That's my brother. We're completely opposite on that.
Yeah. So you know.
But getting your mate to try new things, that is one way of keep it going.
Right.
You know.
That is.
And everything don't have to be big. Like you can be just driving down the street and start rubbing on him. Just reaching over there and rubbing the genitalia.
Right.
While you driving. I don't know who wouldn't like that. Just saying.
Focus on the road, baby. Focus on the road.
That's the challenge.
I know.
The male ego, can I stay focused on the road while you doing that? Yes, I can. I'm going to prove I can. You know? But any of those things, like, start out with small stuff and, like, gradually lead him into it. And he should, you can't just grab him up the first day and be like, come on, let's go see the sex show. He might not want to go there. You know, I'm going to get some whips chains, the mouth muzzle thing with the ball, the ball. And I'm going to get a blindfold, I'm going to get a dominatrix outfit, and
know your mate.
Be like, whoa.
Know your mate. And then...
Who are you and where's my wife?
Right here, baby. And then knowing your mate.
We going shopping, y'all.
Yeah, I can learn some new things.
This
together.
quarantine has kept us out.
And
And you ain't got to go to the shop. You can order online.
you sure
You
can.
can order
You
all.
gotta walk up in there.
You can order all the toys online.
Amazon box, they don't know what's in it. It all say Amazon. It all says Amazon.
She should not. She Prime user over here.
I'm a Prime member.
Mhm.
We're Prime on Amazon.
Is that something new?
Hmm.
Is that something right there?
Mm-mm.
All right. So we've been on here for 11 minutes. Been almost an hour and a half. I knew this one was gonna. I knew this was gonna last more than an hour. So we went over our time, which is an hour. We appreciate you guys, and once again, we want to invite you to our wedding. You know, we married. We're already married. That finger. But we're having our big wedding. We had our private one with just family. We're having our invite everybody wedding on February 20th.
February the 20th.
Saturday, February 20th, 2021.
At the Georgia
The Georgia
Aquarium,
Aquarium.
because I love the Little Mermaid.
Your gift to us is your presence, but the way your presence will be there is for you to go to tagteamwedding.com, and we're asking you, because Wolfgang Puck is catering and it's at the Georgia Aquarium, to pay for your RSVP as you paying for your meal, right? And drinks. So we appreciate it. It's only $50 a person. Wolfgang Puck catering, full, all the
Yeah, go to the Georgia Aquarium website and put in Georgia Aquarium
wedding
weddings.
and check out look how beautiful and elaborate it is. It is truly going to be a party. We got the DJ, we got all the other stuff going on. So we really look forward to you guys being there. So just go and RSVP. We have to give them the numbers really soon.
Mm-hmm.
Really soon. We've extended this thing because of COVID, but we need to give it
And
really soon.
we're peaking 100 guests already, guys. We
Yeah.
are seeing 100 already around the bend. So
Yeah.
we do have a cap. We don't want to deter anyone or discourage anyone from going ahead and RSVPing, but we do have a cap. But we are close to 100
And we're making a whole weekend out of it because we got people, a good number of people coming from out of town.
from out of town.
So,
different
yeah.
places.
Yeah, out of town. Avenue. I remember that. But we got people coming from out of town, so we're gonna make a whole weekend
The
of
whole
it.
weekend.
Different events going on. Friday events, Saturday the wedding, Saturday evening events because it's Saturday morning, afternoon for the wedding, and then some Sunday events for those who staying a little bit longer.
Staying around.
Okay, so we look forward to it. Look, thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Angela, you late. We can wrap up.
Look up that tantric sex game, couples game,
Mm-hmm.
and
The Sharker game.
y'all, hey, keep it hot. If you ain't dwindled, if it ain't got boring yet, if it ain't changed yet, keep it hot. Once you see it start to drop a little bit, remember you got to swing that pendulum. You got to increase the vibration to get it back to being the hotness going on.
It's dropping.
Huh?
It's dropping.
It's dropping.
Yeah.
What's
You
dropping?
said when you see it.
When you see the knee.
Can't let it drop. Come on, boy.
Stay with it. Stay with it. Keep it going.
We gotta go.
What is that? Are you Pisces? Because of the mermaid.
You know what?
Fears of the mermaid.
I am a Pisces, but that literally has nothing to do with it. Like I never even related it.
I can't remember your star chart. I know I did it.
So what?
No, I didn't do it because you can't figure out what time you was born.
I never even related that. Like that's the first time. Who was that asked that question?
Akeisha?
That is the first time anyone has ever asked that question.
She's intuitive.
I haven't even related it. I really don't do the what's your sign kind of thing. You know, back in the day, what's your Aquarius?
I did like a fake star chart of her,
Cancer.
but I didn't know her exact time of birth, so I
My
gotta
name
find
is
that.
Charles. Was that so?
Anyway, yeah, I'm fine. Jacob, I will say you late, but I saw you on the other one earlier,
Good
so you
night,
still there and everybody's
Michelle.
good. Good night, everybody. We love y'all. Y'all have a
Good
great day.
night. We'll see you guys next week, Monday.
Next week on Monday. 6 days. 6
Next
days.
week, Monday.
All right,
Have
later.
a good night.
Turn off all these things. Finger all in the way.